this is it. He's here. I've just made the driver a very strong black coffee. And so let's go and meet the bus. Eek! It's beautiful. Do you hear the birds singing? And not raining, surprisingly. So this is one of the 2 buses that came over at this particular time. And on this bus, there were 27 dogs from what I can work out, and the other bus had 18 dogs on. And they drive all around the country delivering these Romanian dogs to different households, either for people that are fostering the dogs or for people that are adopting them. And adopting is when you permanently take on a dog and you give it a permanent home for the rest of its life. And fostering, which is what we're doing with Sunny, is a temporary thing in theory. The reason that we've chosen to foster him initially is just in case we've got any problems with him and the cat, or possibly with livestock on the farm. Those are the 2 things that I really needed to be sure that he could be trusted with. So we've chosen to foster with a hope that if all goes well, then we will adopt. Oh my gosh, that's such a big wee. It's good. You can go. Thank you so much. So this guy, Raz, the driver in the van, has driven it over from Romania. I believe it's over 2,000 miles, which is crazy. And inside this van is 2 levels of cages with just filled with dogs. The journey took 4 days, so the dogs are stuck in there for several days. They're fed and watered, obviously, but that's pretty much their life for 3 or 4 days. It's a really scary journey. It's not something that is taken lightly by anybody, I don't think. It's an extremely stressful situation for them. So when I saw this little fella getting off the bus, and he was, obviously he was scared, but his tail was wagging and he genuinely looked kind of pleased to see me, which I just thought was the most sweetest thing. And because it was sunrise when he turned up, that's why I chose to name him Sunny. The name that he was given in the shelter was Matteo, but I knew long before he came over that I wanted to change his name. I wanted him to have a new name for his new life, and it just so happens that his new name is Sunny. And what a gorgeous, gorgeous boy he is. He's got the most beautiful colour eyes. They're this really reddish brown, so pretty, like mahogany. Lovely, lovely dog. Come on then. Do you want to go? Please. So we don't know an awful lot about Sunny, if I'm honest. His pet passport says that he is 8 years old. However, that is just a guess by a vet in Romania by looking at his teeth. Obviously nobody knows exactly when or where he was born. He comes from the Constanta region of Romania, and Romania has a very sad history with dogs and street dogs. If you have any interest in rehoming a dog from Europe, please, please, please look into this. It's not something to be done lightly. The amount of abuse in Romania towards dogs is horrifying, and if you do start going down this rabbit hole, I warn you, your heart will break into a million pieces regularly the more you read. It's a very, very sad story. Come on then. Come on then. Good boy. By law, DEFRA won't allow a European dog to come into the country if it doesn't have a pet passport and if it doesn't have all its vaccinations and everything, and all the dogs arrive neutered or spayed. If I could have found a dog in a local shelter that needed our home and that could integrate with our family, specifically with a cat, then obviously I would have preferred to get an English rescue dog, but then I'm actually really pleased that I was able to get him out of the shelter, and also that frees up space for another dog to be rescued from the kill shelter. And that's something we haven't talked about either. So part of the problem in Romania with these feral street dogs is there's a government programme to capture them, and the dog catchers are renowned for not being particularly kind in their work. So once a dog is captured, it's taken to what is lovingly referred to as a kill shelter, where it's kept for 2 weeks. and if no owner comes forward to claim it, or nobody comes from a rescue to rescue the dog, then it will be killed. And it's done in a brutal way. It's not done with any empathy or kindness. It's really quite disturbing, actually. So I was lucky enough, or I should say Sonny was lucky enough, that when he was in the kill shelter, a rescue came and took him out. So he's now been in that rescue for 4 years. Unbelievable that such a kind little dog could be overlooked in a shelter for so long. Apparently it's because he's older, 8. A lot of people want puppies. It's also because he's brown. Apparently that's not a very attractive colour to have in a dog. I mean, are you even serious? I think people are mental, quite frankly. But anyway, when I saw him advertised on the Rescue's Facebook page, there was a video of him being cat tested, and that involved him being in this room with 2 people and a cat and him, and this cat was just thrust at him repeatedly, and he just kept backing off and turning away, like he didn't want anything to do with the cat. He had absolutely no interest in the cat whatsoever. So that was obviously one of the biggest selling points for me. And in another video, he was playing with the lady from the rescue, and he kind of got down on his back and he showed his belly, and he just wanted tummy rubs, which was a really submissive act. And that to me showed that he was a kind dog that wouldn't be aggressive, hopefully. So it's kind of based on those 2 things really that I picked him. And thankfully, although it's early days, I think we did all right. I think we got ourselves a cracking little dog here. He's a good